Okay guys, I'm back for another cast on the Sorcerer. So, I'm just gonna get in here. Let's see, multiplayer, IPX, and March. And Nightmare. In the last episode, it was my 40th run, and I was around 212 million, 212.5 million experience, yes, and I was level 41. And I'm still level 41, almost level 42 though. I'm at 261.5 million now, and as you can see, I'm very close to level. So it's actually not because I'm about to get another level that I chose to make the episode now, but I wanted to make 10 runs, and this is the 10th run, so you could say this is the 50th Nightmare run. I got one new item, always most exciting to see what the new item is, and it is a Drake's Ring of the Stars. So 42 to mana from Drake's, the prefix and the suffix, the stars. 11 to all attributes, and 11 to all attributes is the same, equals for Sorcerer times 2 in mana, so it's actually 42 mana plus 22 mana, that means it's 64 mana. The previous ring I had that I stashed on one of the mules was a Dragon's Ring, and it gave me 59 mana points. So this ring gives me 5 extra mana points. That's it. The rest of the gear is the same. So, and I made a run through of the gear. I can do it quickly in the last episode, but I can do a quick run through here of the gear. If you don't care to watch the last episode. And this is pretty much what I could sort of collect on Nightmare difficulty. As you can see, by the way, both the rings actually have the same prefix and suffix. Whereas the first I found is a little better. Instead of 42 and 11, it's 48 and 13. So let's see, for the fun of it, if the blacksmith has anything of use. I doubt it. It's very rare that he does, but it happens. But that's about it. So I've gained around, like compared to last, from 212.5 million to 261.5, and then I sort of wrote up my stats, hit points, mana, etc. Because why not? I'm very close to level, as you can see, to level 42, and then I can sort of check out the stats, how much they change, just from the level alone. So I'm gonna set up my usual workhorse, Fireball, Chain Lightning, Stone Curse, and Teleport, and then spell at the ready when I get down. It's gonna be Mana Shield. And doing these 10 runs here that I've made since last, I did find a couple of items, but I stashed them on my mules, and the plan was to sort of show off my mules in the end. Maybe even make a separate video and do that. I'll check it out. Anyway, as you can see here, we got Blood Knights. And the first Blood Knight that I actually killed dropped the ring. It's not too bad. These Blood Knights are exactly the same Blood Knights as are down by Diablo. They are normally or mainly found on level 16. So it's pretty nice when you get them sort of randomly here on one of the first on level 13 or 14. They will never be on 15. It's like restricted for some other kind of mobs. But I never seen a Blood Knight on level 15. Ooh, baby. Okay, I have to check this out right away, guys, because this maze could be best in slot for one-hander, and I surely didn't expect to find it on a mob like that. I mean, the succubus, it's alright. The reason why I say could is because there exist actually 2 mazes. And this could be sort of a semi-crappy one. It probably is, but it could also be best in slot for caster. Let's check it out.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and
So
listen.
the ring was pretty crap, and the maze is actually the best in slot. Oh, I'm really glad I recorded this one. I was kind of afraid that I wouldn't see it. I haven't seen it yet in 49 runs. This is the 50th, but here you go, guys. I just want to show you prior what I'm wearing here. plus 15 magic and 35 mana. That's a total of 65 mana points, and then chance to hit. I don't think it applies for magic, but yeah. And then, so it's not worth anything, the chance to hit really. And then resist all 15 is nice, sure. And then Dream Flinch, are you ready guys? 32 magic, mana plus 50. Resist magic 50%, plus 20% light radius, and spells are increased 1 level. This is an insanely good item, it's really crazy. So the mana is, we're going 30 magic for Sorcerer is times 2, so it's 60 magic plus 50 mana, that's 110 mana points. And then I get spells are increased 1 level. The rest, not so much. And I should be wary that I got plus 20% light radius. That means extra aggro. Anyway, I'm gonna equip it. And as you can see, my mana pool here goes from 910 to 955. Plus my spells will increase. This also means that sort of the stats that I wrote up, they don't apply anymore. So I just gotta rewrite them. I have actually had them written up. So what I was interested in was my hit points is 155 and my mana points was 955, and then my melee damage, it's over here, is 37 to 44. And yeah, it's not something I use a lot yet, but I will actually be using it in Hell, but I'll take it when I get there, or at least when I get closer to it. And then finally we got spells here, spell damage. All spells should increase in damage, at least those that are capable of dealing damage, but we are talking spell level 17 now, because I just got a spell, an increased spell level from Dream Flinch, as you can see in the bottom line. We are talking Fireball. Damage is now 627, so 892. And Chain Lightning just below here is 4288. There we go. That's all the numbers I need, and as soon as I get a level, which is really close, we can get back to it. I'm just gonna drop Wizard Spike here. Some other young sorcerer.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Might be happy to get it. I just sold the ring, I don't really need it. There we go. I can drop some of the money as well here. And actually, it could be fun to see. I'm just going to replenish my mana. Sorry about all this, all these small details that I'm going through here. But I sure as hell did not expect to find Dream Flinch. To me, a bit of out of the blue here.
I sense a soul
from a mob
in
like
search
that.
of answers.
Like I said, the maze can be 2 different kinds. There's another one that can actually be found fairly... I think I've seen it drop like on level 5 or 6 or something like that before. In just almost when you start out. So I had hopes, of course, that it was Dream Flinch. But yeah, I've seen the other one, the sort of the crappy one. It's like plus 200% damage versus demons. It's a melee thing. It's not that interesting, really. Not even for a melee character. At least you would, unless you were pretty crappy. So, let's get on with it. And I think I'm just gonna go full fireball here. So, 261.7 I am, and for some reason now, I don't know why, but it changed the numbers. It like, let's see, just gonna understood. Yeah, it's because I got level, dummy. So, so yeah, man, I think I might even have. I'm just gonna check, guys. I think I might have even wrote up the wrong numbers. Yeah, I did. I wrote up the numbers like after I got level, so they're not worth much. But I can tell you that normally life and mana points will rise by 1, and damage. I think it rises by 3 minimum and 3 maximum, or maybe it's, I don't know. But it's close to that, but I did that in the last episode, you could say. But it all got a bit screwed up in a good way, you could say, because I found Dream Flinch. But in the previous recording, that was episode 14. That's where I actually did the same sort of review when I went from level 40 to 41, and you could see sort of the change in stats. Anyway, I'll have next time when I reach level 43, I'll probably make a new episode and then I can show you there. So I'm just gonna make now sort of a regular run now, without all the fuss from getting a best in slot item that I surely did not expect to find now. So yeah, that was a lot of talk and not so much action. Let's make it action instead, mainly. One thing though, in the last episode I told you about the sort of formula for experience. Let's see how it works out well. Or how it works out here. So it's my level, meaning level 42 times 200 experience. And if you look at the last 5 numbers, there it's 59,000 or 260,859,000. So if this mob were to give me full experience, it would be, I should rise to 8,400 on top of the 59,000. That means that the last number should be 67,400, and as you can see, it's only 65,500. So I'm not getting full experience from Succubus. She's sort of lower tier, but I kind of knew that. The Blood Knight, on the contrary, will surely give me full experience, meaning 42 times 200, meaning 8,400. I had hoping to make this the example, but now I got aggro from a couple more. So I'm just massacring the rest, and then I'll bring this guy up here. So let's see, the experience is 90. The last 5 digits are 97,791. If we add 8,400 to that, we should be at 100. Oh. Okay. You know what? We're gonna have to redo the math here. So let's try again. So let's just say 57,000. It's very close to that. Plus 8,400. 57. Oh. Oops. There we go. 57,000, that's 65,400. That's pretty much where I should end up. So let's try and kill the guy. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm really bad at making example because I got the experience from this guy and then I must have killed one of the succubus in behind. I did make a few extra fireballs, I'm afraid. Let's find a new Blood Knight. I got one right here. So I'm at 72,000 experience and I'm gonna get 8,400 here. That means I should be at 80,300. Let's see there, 80,300. So I finally made it. I mean, my showcase here. So yeah, I think I've showed most of what I wanted to show for this episode anyway. But I thought something dropped down there, but it didn't. But actually, it's a good thing that I sort of showed you that I'm not getting full experience from the mobs anymore. I am getting from the Blood Knights, and I'd say about probably half the mobs at the moment will give me full experience, meaning 42 times 200. Oh, and we got another ring. Nice. Just gonna pick that up. So, meaning full experience, meaning 42 times 200, meaning 8,400 experience, maximum possible per kill. And then a mob like this that is considered fairly low tier will give me like, I don't know, 6,000, something like that. Maybe even less, slightly less. But there's still a long way to go, even though I'm level 42 now. I just became level 42 and I'm heading for 50, which is capped. So obviously it would be better if I could get full experience per kill. And that's why it's about time to move on to Hell. So it's not like I'm gonna get good experience right away, because I plan to start out at level 1, back up in the cathedral, and do catacombs afterwards, and then caves, and then finally Hell. And I would say from what I recall, when I did play Hell back in the day, a couple of years back at least, that you have to be on your toes. Even though you're well geared, it's easy to get caught in mobs and get killed if you are sort of distracted for a second or two, or sort of get cornered. Especially as glass cannon, as you can consider this guy, at least the setup that I'm making, where my armor class is just complete crap. Armor class 83 is probably like what level, I don't know, level 10 warriors running around with, something like that. And when you're running around on Hell, you don't want to be hit by mobs. Where you are armor class wise considered at level 10. And by the way, Shadow Flange, which I got, is considered best slot. That's without a doubt, due to there's no other item in game that only takes up one slot, or your main hand slot, and gives this amount of mana, namely 110, and then increased spell on top. And yeah, there's just nothing comparable to that. And you can sort of equip the shield on top. Oh, nice, an amulet. Not bad. It just goes to show, by the way, it's always a good thing to... I always open chests and breaks up barrels, etc. Because they might actually... My theory is that they can contain the same as the mobs on that current level. I mean, items with stats that are of that quality. As the mobs that are on the particular level. I think that was about level 13. It took somewhat longer than normally because, yeah, my beautiful main hand fine. So I'm just gonna double check here, and as you can see, the walls are sort of closed, meaning that I've explored them all, and it's time to go below. That's what I'm going to do now. There we go. Steel Lord. I think they are like tier 2 under the Blood Knights. it's random that they spawn now. I could sometimes have been getting some really. I think these guys give maximum experience as well. Dogs here might do that. I'm not gonna test that. They might not give full experience, but close to it. Last time I checked, they were. I think they were full. Full experience worthy. But it's all random, the mobs that are generated. Yeah, pretty much. I don't want to be cornered down there. So it's pretty important to sort of mob up all these sort of small sort of pockets of mobs, especially when you're using chain lightning, because otherwise your chain lightning will go in a lot of different directions and become a much less lethal spell. Book of Inferno, no thanks. So it's early in the morning, guys. I'm just gonna have a sip of coffee. Pardon me. I'm back. But yes, the chain lightning spell can be frustrating enough to handle, and as you can see now, it's going pretty much in two directions, up and mainly down. So there's a lot of mobs fairly close to me, so the spell's trying to go down, even though the mobs are coming from up here. Let's see, I had mobs behind me, then some of it, chain lightning would probably try to, depending on the distance as well, but some of the chain lightnings would probably try to, say, go behind me as well. That means that my... Oh, that's a bit fresh. Some mobs are dead, and a stunt like this can easily get killed on hell, meaning that you're simply getting chain stun locked by those the lava moors, as the red dogs are called. If you sort of manage to teleport right into them, they hit so fast, and they probably hit you every time that you're unable to move. Especially if there's more than hit you. One of them I might be able to get away from, but not 2 or 3 of them. So when I start out on hell, I'm gonna have to be a lot more careful than this. And as you can see here the spells are trying to go up because most of the mobs are up here. It's a good thing in the way that you can see that, okay, there's a huge pocket of mobs up here, but it's a bad thing when you got a lava maw like this guy hitting on you right beside you. That's not taking a lot of the fire. And there should be a huge pack in here. Easy. It has been pretty easy in the way that, though so far that last level it was pure fireball and this time it's pure lightning, but that also is pure coincidence. It's more like, I would say, the normal that I have to change a bit from fireball to chain lightning, and that is why I have these 2 spells much. But as you can see, fighting retreat, even though I'm pretty big boy here, 42 on Nightmare. But fighting retreat is the name of the game. So, as soon as I sort of went around the mob here, so that now all the mobs are on top of me, then all the spells travel in the same direction, then chain lightning becomes extremely lethal right away. And we are clear here. Again here now, all the mobs are in front of me or above me. Got another ring drop. Pretty lucky with the drops. Beside Dream Flinch, of course. There we go. So yeah, try not to, if you want to try it out, try not to be too cheeky with the teleport spell, especially not on hell. If you get that far, it could turn out lethal very quickly. So I'll try not to be a bad example and stop doing it myself. Another ring drop. My ears are correct, or heard it correct. It's up here somewhere. Could be further up. Here. I just want to see if I'm by sort of, I would say by accident, but if I had killed a mob up here that I hadn't noticed, because then the ring drop could be from up here somewhere. So let's see. Okay, if I don't find the ring here, and there's actually a chance that I don't, it's probably the first ring that I didn't find yet. So I'm simply going over all the corpses here. And yeah, it's okay, I can live with it. I mean, these, yeah, would be pretty sort of sour if it was high tier mobs, you could say, on hell, and you had a good feeling about it, would be like ring of the day. I can't find it, guys, I'm sorry about that. And I can't see where else the lighting would travel, that the mobs I mean, if I had been killing mobs like that, I could potentially have killed some mobs down here or something that would make sense, but up there I can't see where the ring should have dropped. Yeah. I don't think I picked it up either by accident, so... And I don't recall, by the way, if I finished this, but when I hit level 32, the experience for next level, it changed to, I don't know, before the digits was sort of the same, you could say, but now it's like they changed. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 digits, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also 9 digits below here. Yeah. So I don't know, the number just increased here. And it maybe because the game is getting ready for that, your experience will go up in the... I'm currently at 263 million, but eventually we are talking billions. Not a lot of billions, but some, in order to become level 50. So there will be a lot of time on hell still, if you, as the guys that are good at math will see eventually. It does annoy me a little bit that I can't find that ring. One final attempt here. Yeah, don't look too good. Alright, I give it up. So, a bit of the map left down here. But when you cleared almost full map, you can hear the lightings are very concentrated. They're not straying anywhere else. That's pretty much where they're supposed to. And there's actually some bad boy here. Let's see if he likes fireball. We don't. Now a ring like this is usually more interesting because it drops from a boss. I'm just gonna put it behind the gold here. And it's sort of the boss of these, the Steel Lords, you could say. I've never seen a boss sort of from the dogs here, the lava boss. It's only like some of them that can have a boss that has a drop another ring. That has a chance to spawn with them. Alright. So, it sounded like... Yeah, it's right in front of me. So this one I could find. Without too much hassle. Hey ducks. And about teleporting, if you have especially around the exits, there are never any mobs right around the exits, and it probably goes for some of these, well, exits, the stairs. But you don't have to go far before you'll get aggro. But if you notice, when each time I start a level, even though I put my mana shield as fast as possible, but you'll see that I'm never attacked right away. I have to move a little bit. My light radius has to move around before I encounter any mobs. Anyway, looks like it's full clear, guys, and we're going down to level 15, equipping my mana shield right away. And as you can see, just to prove my point, no one's attacking me because the game is made so that it's very, very, very rarely that I've been attacked right away without moving. It can happen, it's not 100%, but like probably like 99.99 that you won't get attacked. Unless you start moving, which I am now. So it's level 15, always the same setup, 4 quadrants. And we were at the top quadrant here where Lazarus and his minions are, and I still have a lot of mana, as you can see, and they usually drop some interesting loot, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to sort of skip for now the room in here, take it last. Because if I go in there now, then I'll probably fill up my inventory right away, and there's no need for that now. The mobs aren't going anywhere. And it's a land game, so nobody else is coming down here to snatch my mobs, so. I think I managed to stir up one of the bosses there. So I usually bring their loot, unless it's some really crappy basic item, but it's because just just curious to see what kind of stats that the bosses have on the loot they drop. Especially in hell, but we'll take that in time. So the Doom Guards here, they're probably tier 3 or something like that. I recall that they don't like lightning much, but it's hard to use the chain lightning when there's a lot of other mobs. So what you can do if they are sort of combined with other mobs is just kill the other mobs first. And then sort of hurt them, you could say. Oh. There we go. But as you can see, they're extremely squishy to chain lightning. And the reason I probably mentioned before that I could kill like 3 of these in one fireball is that fireball has this sort of splash damage showed on the icon here, you could say. I don't think it gives full damage, but the damage on my fireball is so high now that yeah, the mobs here on Nightmare, they pretty much many of them get one-shotted by a fireball now at fireball level 17. Oh. And yet another ring. So, I wouldn't say... Well, I definitely don't get that many rings, normally. It's been quite the showcase this time, with the green flinch on top. It's very cool that considering how many runs I do that I did not record, it's cool that I actually managed to do the run where I found Dream Flinch. And like I've stated before, I don't want to record every run, even though I consider this hardcore, because it's an old game and it is repetitive, no doubt about it, as most games become eventually, especially over time. So let's see, boss drop here. We are talking a Staff of Healing. It's just to see the stats that I pick it up. Again, because it's a boss drop. Yeah, I said I shouldn't be teleporting around like I have a clown here, but these mobs are not that stupid with those. It's more like the lava moss, for instance. And by the way, I'm a little bit curious myself. I don't have any aggro right now, so I'm just gonna look here. So actually, I had written up sort of the change in my. I'm just gonna show it to you now. You may not be interested, and then go get a coffee or something like that. But when I got level, I actually had written the old numbers up. I had 154 hit points, so going from 41 to 42. I got 1 hit point from 155 to... from 154 to 155. I got 1... well, no, the mana points I can't tell, because then I found Dream Flinch all of a sudden. Let's see... The damage was risen from a 37 to 40, so I actually got not any minimum damage, but 4 maximum to melee damage. But what is most important to me is the spell damage, and the fireball. It rose from Yeah, and again, yeah, I'm probably... Well, the chain lightning rose from before it was 4 to 86, and now it's 4 to 88. The fireball damage rose from 620... Sorry, from 552 to 786. So you can see it's almost 100 extra minimum and maximum damage, but I'm pretty sure that was my level plus my the Dream Flinch spell that gave the spells an extra increased level. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna leave it now, I promise. I'll try next time to make a better showcase for how much that actually is in change when you get a level. Oh, hello, big stack here. As you can see, I'm sort of using the wall here so that the spells at least won't go directly this way. They will sort of go in a cone in front of me. Alright, I think this is close to a full clear, besides Lazarus' roof. So, let's go say hello.
Abandon your foolish quest. Nobody wish you would allow the High Master. You want to make a simple child. Now you enjoy him.
Had a ring drop. Let's see, he's right there. And Lazarus standing right there now. He's pretty much acting the same way that a player will to a mob. I mean, so if you had a mob here, it wouldn't be able to see you through the wall, but I got a few more brain cells than the mob, so I'm actually able to see that there's a mob here. And you can actually sort of stone curse him. I think if I right click close enough to the mob, even though it's behind the wall, let's try, then he should be stone cursed now. Yeah, but he was sort of in, I don't know, teleport mode or something like that, so I guess I couldn't do it anyway. I have to wait until his teleport mode wears off, and then he's probably going to start shooting at me, like now. It's because, as you can see, he was sort of in the middle of a teleport when I did this. So now maybe he's out of that mode. I'm going to try again. So I'm trying to stone curse him without him being able to see me. Just gonna try again. He's very sort of skittish. Yeah. Well, never mind. I'm pretty able. If you're lucky with it, you're able to do that. Meaning
Your madness ends here, betrayer.
Yeah. Nice cloak. I think if you were really low level caster. Let's find the stairs down to Diablo. I forgot where it is. Over here. And mana shield up. So I'm gonna change my hotkeys. All I need here is Fireball and Stone Curse. Teleport maybe, but I don't need Chain Lightning anymore. Everyone down here is immune to Chain Lightning, so that's no reason at all to have it as a hotkey. And the only buttons you can hotkey are F5 and F8. So F5, F6, F7 and F8. And that's why I usually go Fireball, Chain Lightning, Stone Burst, and Teleport. I haven't got room for Mana Shield, even though I would like to, because there's simply only 4 buttons. Just gonna test something, guys, how much damage, because I'm, like I said, it's a nightmare, last nightmare run for me. So, let's see, taking like... I think like 10 to 20 damage, something like that per fireball. This one gives extra when they're close. Oh, there's 2 of them. 2 of them now. Yeah, it looks like, I think, around 10 to 20, something like that, damage. And that's of interest because when I get here on Hell, you'll see that I'll be taking a lot more damage, even with maxed out fire resist. Even a pretty sort of beefed up sorcerer like this one, he won't enjoy standing in a lot of fireballs for a lot of time, even with maximum resist and a major mana pool to support him. But let's take it when we get there. It's one of Lazarus' bodies, I think, kind of skitterish caster here as well. And all the mobs here on level 16, I'm 100% sure they're still giving me maximum experience. Well, I can't be 100% sure because I just got leveled. Couldn't test it, but... Oh, here we go again. So, I'm at 5,687. Get 8,400 on that. We are at 14,087. So, let's find a single mob. And I should be at 14,087 experience. Oh, and not this guy, because he's sort of a special. You can see there 14,087. Another thing I can demonstrate doing math hour here is that I don't think this guy gives any experience. Let's check it out. Oh, he actually did. He gave the exact number that he could, sort of 8,200. As I was at 14,000 before. What did he drop? Staff, I didn't hear it because I was talking a lot. There we go. Let's see the other guys. 8,400 on top here. That's 30,800. One of the casters here. So, as you can see, all the mobs here are giving full experience. And sometimes they will on the lower levels as well, but I'd say it's 50. Hello guys. And if I got room in my inventory, I will usually pick up any blue items from these guys as well. On here on level 16 because it's considered high tier mobs, or the highest tier that you can find here on Nightmare at least. So they could have some interesting stats. Hello there. So yeah, it's about time to go refill my mana supply, but yeah, just gonna see how far I can go. There we go. So let's identify all the stuff, and in case you recall, you probably don't, but I do. This was from a boss, so let's see if it has any sort of really good stats, but let's just check it out. It doesn't have to be... I think bosses are like, you know... they have a chance to drop some better prefix or suffix, but that's... Because they have a chance, they won't necessarily do it. Let's see.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Very mediocre stuff so far. Yeah, it's all crap, to be honest. So let's see, he dropped a really nice 19 to strength. The rest was pretty crap as well, which is rather typical when you find a lot, I think. Rainbow Cloak, very nice, save for you can put this on a level 1, but not that great finding it as a level 42. So I'm just gonna sell it.
Wow, what can I do for you?
Just making sure I don't by accident have something in my inventory that I shouldn't sell. Double checking, repairing. And usually I just burn the gold. There's an item here to 32,000 and 1,600. There we go. Let's resell them. And I'm gonna buy an item to 2,000. There you go. All I need pretty much to replenish my mana is around 2,000 gold. It fits with the slots I have. So we're talking 4 vertical versus 1, 2, 3, 10 horizontal. That's 40 slots times half the if it were 40 times 100.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
So the staffs. If it was 40 times 100, it would be 4,000 gold plus a few extra for my
I
belt
sense
here.
a soul in search of answers.
But it's half that, so it's around 2,000 gold to fill up my belt. I usually have a full mana in the end. And I think, yeah, I've stated before why I prefer to use half mana pots, because I guess I'm kind of... I don't know, it just feels odd using a full mana pot when you... Well, when I'm at around half mana, from visually here, when I'm down fighting, I usually replenish when I'm around half. This way, I won't ever go too low, you could say. Whereas I know myself well enough to wanna maximize or be efficient, so that if I was using full mana bottles, then I would probably have myself go a bit lower because I'm gonna get a full sort of resupply when I use my mana pots. That's why now that I'm sort of on hardcore mode, I don't want to take any chances. Knowing myself well enough, you could say. So I simply, I prefer the half mana. Another thing is that it's way easier to buy them because they are her first item, the witch. Then you can just hold down your enter key, and when you've bought one, it will auto sort of rebuy another one. So in the beginning, when I was doing these rooms here on Nightmare, I would just go in, lure out the melees, I'll probably do that again now. It's not always to get like 5, 6, 7 of these guys aggro at the same time. So when you don't, the Sorcerer is strong enough now, gear-wise and mana pool-wise, so that I'm not going around the whole sort of the squadron and sort of luring out the mobs. I'll just stay inside. I think I've killed enough of the melee guys now. And yeah, just gonna I just opened the door to the last quadrant into Diablo himself. And I think that was about it. In this quadrant, I'm just gonna double check that there's no sort of some of the casters that was a bit skittish and sort of managed to get out of my sight. There was one here. So, let's take Diablo for a walk. What I do is, I get aggro from him, and there we go. And then I usually park him over here somewhere. Just away from the last of the mobs. Come on, bro. There we go. And then I simply teleport out of his sort of range, you could say. So eventually he'll just go cold because he can't see my light radius anymore. There we go. And then I should be able to finish the last of his guys in my own pace without him being annoying at the same time. Another thing is that now that I have items parked up in the town, it would be rather annoying if the game sort of ended. If you have picked up those items, the game will end, and yeah, you won't see those items again. I think that was about it. Just gonna make sure. Again, no stragglers. And I think they dropped an armor piece. It was a ringmail, a white one, so didn't miss out on anything. I'm just gonna go pick up the items that I had in town, and I went from, I think it was 261 million. Yeah, 261.5, and I'm almost to 267 million. Just gonna write up 267. If my pen would work. There we go. So that's what I'm gonna start out with at Hell. I probably won't get any experience in the beginning. Let's repair.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
And I'm just gonna exchange the small stack of gold with the big one and pick up my wizard spike. I'm gonna park this on my mules, and that reminds me that I'd like to showcase my mules. So without further ado, guys, and you can see my stats here, including my amazing dream flinch. Unbelievable find. Just beautiful. I'm just gonna lock my mules, and then you can see what I actually picked up on Nightmare. It seems like to be the right place to do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna start with my sort of normal mule. It's just a level 1 character, and on the guy I just call mule, I have items that are mainly useful for a warrior or a rogue, a classic rogue like a bow rogue, for instance. So King Sword here, bought it from the blacksmith. It's almost maxed out. It has 100% to hit and 169% damage. It can go up to 175%, I think, as tops. But it doesn't have haste that would make it like the perfect item. It's still a good one-handed sword, so I just bought it. King's is fairly rarely an item that's available by the blacksmith. And I got Royal Circlet, probably the best item, or it is the best item for a melee character due to the 40 mana. It's hard for a warrior to get 40 mana, and you need mana for Stone Curse especially. Unless you want to go hunt the ranged mobs over and over while they sort of aggro even more while they run away from you. Good armor class as well. Yeah, sure, we can take Amulet of the Zodiac, very decent booster amulet. I found it on Nightmare, on Normal, actually, this one amulet, this very amulet I seem to recall. This I found on, I think it was one of the guys in by Lazarus. I actually found 2 of these Royal Circlets. The other one I gave to my son, who's also just started playing, and he's playing a warrior, and he would like to boost his warrior, so I had an extra of these, and he could have them, no problem. This armor doesn't look like anything special, but it's actually the best armor I could find so far, meaning a basic armor of 71 and then 142% on top. That's from the stat Awesome. Awesome goes from, I think, 141% to 150% armor, extra additional armor. And that's why you need a good basic item for that stat to be really good. Had it been Awesome armor, say a leather armor, then it would be worth much, as the base stat is simply too crappy. This shield, considered by many from the best shield in the game, I don't know, maybe not. It's good armor class, but it has a +4 damage from enemies, which I don't like, and it's the fast block that does the difference. But I can't seem to find out what fast block actually sort of is included, what is included in that stat. So yeah, there are other shields I would probably prefer in Sorcerer, but we'll take it when we get there. Rings, 22 all, found on random mob on Nightmare. Good booster ring again, and very good ring here for Warrior because it has resist and 24 strength. Had it been combined with, say, Obsidian, which is the 38 resist all, had it been combined with, it would be doable to find it of the Zodiac instead of Titans, and would have been a really good item for many classes. I found Wind Force, which is of some counted as the best bow for Amos, or yeah, no, not for Amazon. I was about to say Amazon, but that's Diablo 2. It's called a Rogue here in Diablo 1. I think it's the highest damage you can get on a bow, but the problem is that knocks target back. It can be rather annoying when you're fighting ranged mobs. It'll push them away from you, and you actually don't want that always. But yeah, it's worth having around, that's for sure. This crown is just to show you. I bought it. I haven't found these stats, and I don't recall if I actually found them in game. I think I did. Not like Godly and Whale on the same item, but I think I found at least Godly. I might be wrong. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I bought it by Word the Peg-Legged Boy, and the best, say, full plate armor that used to exist in the game was like an armor like this one, with, say, a base stat of 75, which is maximum, and if you could get these stats on it, up to 200% extra armor from Godly, and up to 100 extra hit points from Whale, then you would have the perfect item. But I can't see how Word should be able to sell that, because I just think the stats combined with the item would require more gold than you can actually carry, and then it won't be possible to buy it actually. Let's see. I found this sword is probably the best I found so far by the blacksmith. As you can see, it's capped in damage, 175%. To hit is in the low end, unfortunately, but it has some sort of speed on it, and my sorcerer is probably going to use it on hell mode when he encounters mobs that are immune to all of his spell damage. Last two rings is Ring of the Zodiac, 16 to all, and Obsidian Ring resists all 36. Fairly rare stats, both Zodiac and Obsidian. That was sort of the normal mule, and then I have a mule with all my sort of magic stuff, meaning it's some kind of magic involved in it. It's like 2 sets. Yeah, we can start from it. Mindcry, I found it twice. Quite interesting because it has spells increased 1 level. But if you compare that with the Dream Flinch that I just found, then maybe it's not... well, it's not nearly as powerful because this is a 2-handed item. And Dream Flinch will give way better stats, way more mana points, and spells increased 1 level on a 1-handed item, so that's way better. We can do the items first. Dragon Staff of Wizardry, insane staff to start out with all this mana. I bought it from the Witch. This I found by, I think once by Lazarus and another time by, I think on level 16. So on level 15 and 16 it dropped twice for me. I just kept one of them. The shields here, Holy Defender, is really fair shield, and you can see it has fast block just like the other shield, Storm Shield, that I showed you on the other mule. Could be interesting, I don't know, with fire resist, -2 damage from enemies. I prefer -2 damage from enemies over +4 damage from enemies, which the other shield has. This has way lower armor class though, so it could be a nice shield for a caster, maybe. I found 2 of them and I kept both of them so far. Rings, Cobalt Amulet of Wizardry, resist lightning 47, 29 to magic. Yeah, good ring, sort of amulet. And we have a Ring of Wizardry 28 to magic, a Ring of Wizardry 29 to magic. Amulets here that has something to do with magic, another 29 to magic. Again, this is a way more powerful item for Sorcerer as it's ×2 the mana points, so 29 to magic will be 58 mana points. For a warrior it will only be like 29 mana points, and for a rogue it will be in the middle, 29 times 1.5. I don't know if it sort of goes up and down from the 0.5, but yeah, but that's how the stats are sort of given out to the classes. It's the other way around with hit points, where the sorcerer will only get 1 from, whereas the warrior get 2, and the rogue still 1.5 from certain items. And I think it's a vitality instead of wizardry they're called. Next I got a Dragon's Amulet. This would be way more valuable for a warrior, because he would only get like 29 mana points from this item, but he would get 52 from this one. So some items are worth more for some classes than others, but I guess that's not that surprisingly. It shouldn't be, I guess. And then I found this one would be a really good item for warrior, because he would get 45 mana and 22 vitality. And 22 vitality is the same as 40 hit points. This is a warrior, so I can showcase it to you. 20 vitality will be 40 hit points. He has 70 now. And now he has 110, as you can see. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And then we got a couple of rings here. Dragon's Ring of the Lion, very, very good booster ring again for a warrior especially. Well, for all classes really. So if you have an extra ring slot, your resists are maxed, etc. This will be the ring to wear. Could be for a rogue as well. Probably the best item I've found so far, because it has 2 of the highest sort of tiers, prefix and suffix, dragons and lions on the same item. Drake's Ring of Vigor, also very good for warrior. It will be 49 mana and 40 hit points, so a bit lower than this one, but still a good ring. And we just got a pure Dragon's Ring. It's the one I exchanged last with the new ring on my Sorcerer, if you saw this episode from the beginning. So I got another combo ring that gave me, I think, up to 65 mana points instead of 59. And another Dragon's Ring with a bit lower mana points. And then finally a Ring of Wizardry with 27 magic. So this guy has a double purpose. I'm keeping all stuff with magic, but he also has... I'm gonna buy items eventually that has maximum to magic, a headpiece, chest, main hand, and offhand, or shield it'll be, and then amulet and both rings as well. So the maximum you can get to headpiece is plus 20 magic. Main hand is Dream Flinch, as I just found, is 30 magic, and chest is 20 magic, I think. Shield is 15 magic, I think. And then we got amulet is 30. This one has 29, and ring is 30 as well. I got one with 28 and one with 29. And the reason why I want to accumulate this is like to have a guy that has the most possible magic item that you can equip from, say, level 1. So a plate that requires 80 strength in order to equip to get 20 magic. I don't want that. I'd like to have some kind of leather armor with no restrictions. And that's because eventually both warrior and rogue are gonna struggle with their spells, in contrary to sorcerer, meaning that, as let's say we have a healing spell here, and eventually when you get really high, close to sort of the maximum, which is 15, without spells to boost it further, the spell level, you'll have to go up to a maximum of 255 magic. And 255 magic is impossible to obtain when your maximum magic is, I don't know, I don't recall what it is for warrior, but it's fairly low. And then there's a long way all of a sudden from 10 to 255. So you need these items like these to boost you to get closer to, you can see I'm going from 10 to 96 just by these three sort of booster items. And that's why I made 2 mules. I think I would also struggle with the space if I haven't done it like this. Anyway, guys, this became a long episode of various reasons. One is finding Dream Flinch, among other, and showing you my mules. But next episode, I'm going to start on Hell, and I'm just going to start up in the cathedral, right up here, and then I'll go all the way down. Hopefully, I won't die. So, as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye-bye.